Good evening. Would you all please rise and remain standing for the and the national anthem? Gentlemen, please remove your hats. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with the liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem. the land of the free and the home of God reigns. Thank you. You may be seated. I would like to begin by welcoming the class of 2021, parents, family, and friends of the graduates for joining us for this momentous occasion. I would also like to introduce some very special guests who are here with us today. The Honorable Christopher Winslow, Clover Hill District Representative for the Chesterfield County Board of Supervisors. The Honorable Dorothy L. Heffron, the Clover Hill District Representative of the Chesterfield County School Board. And Dr. Lisa High, Chief of Schools for Chesterfield County Public Schools. Also, please welcome our platform guests, Mr. John Phillips, Principal, Mr. Tripp Lawson, Counseling Coordinator, and Mr. Nate Henry, Coordinator of Math and Science High School. Thank you all for being here today. I would like to congratulate all the graduates. Though we were robbed of so much this year, we still managed to persevere through everything and make it to this special day. I know we have all waited a long time for this. Today, we graduate to new things. Not even a global pandemic could stop us from making it to this glorious day. As this ceremony begins, I want to remind you that it's okay to be nervous about the future. It is a big world out there, but only as long as you're also excited and you continue to work towards greater things. I want you to carry that excitement with you for the rest of your life. We all worked so hard to be here, and now it is time for us to make our mark in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Lisa High, Chief of Schools, Chesterfield County Public Schools.
Good evening. It is a pleasure to join you today for this very special occasion of the 2021 Commencement Program for Clover Hill High School. During this school year, many of you have faced challenges due to the pandemic. Although you faced some challenges, you have developed new skills and discovered new things about yourselves. I am honored to share in the excitement of your graduation day. I would like to thank all of those who have guided and encouraged the class of 2021. Your role has been instrumental in preparing our graduates for the challenges and the experiences of their future. Today, I look out on so many smiling and happy faces, young adults ready to greet their future, knowing your possibilities are limitless. Today concludes a significant chapter in your life, and equally as significant, you will begin a wonderful new chapter, a chapter where you will chart your own path, a path filled with hope and promise. As you embark on your endeavors after high school, please remember this quote from Nora Roberts. If you don't go after what you want, you'll never have it. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. And if you don't step forward, you will always be in the same place. In closing, to the class of 2021, I wish you luck as you go on your way. I trust you will make the most of your opportunities that you have been given. With the knowledge you have gained in school, with the guidance of your family, and the wonderful friendships that you have made, I am confident you will find success and happiness. Congratulations on your graduation and best wishes for your next adventure. Class of 2021, be a game changer in your community and in the world. Before I leave the podium today, it gives me great privilege to recognize a senior from the class of 2021 with the Superintendent's Medal of Scholarship and Service. This senior will receive a $1,000 scholarship courtesy of a local business who wishes to remain anonymous. The winner, and they do not know who they are, were selected by administration and staff members because they make good decisions, do well academically, and have a passion to make our community better. As I read their accomplishments, I ask them to stand up. Then when you come up to the stage with your classmates to get your diploma, you will be presented with the medal and scholarship. Our recipient this evening is Jaden Reed. Jaden has worked to overcome much adversity since her sophomore year at Clover Hill. After undergoing a liver transplant during her sophomore year, Jaden was diagnosed with a form of cancer specific to transplant recipients. Throughout the ups and downs of her illness, she never lost focus and became resolved to control the things that she could. Jaden's resilience and perseverance have been admirable. She is a great representation of our Cavaliers, and we are proud to honor her today. Jaden will be attending Virginia Tech next fall. Congratulations, Jaden.
Now, please welcome the Honorable Mrs. Dorothy Heffron, Chesterfield County School Board, Clover Hill District.
Good evening, Clover Hill High School, class of 2021. Good evening, parents and loved ones, faculty, administrators, and staff. What a wonderful day to celebrate the achievements of these graduates. I know we all really just want to get to the part where we cheer for our kids, so I'll keep this brief. Friends, this evening we celebrate your achievements throughout your school career. But what today really means, commencement, is to begin. And as you begin this next chapter, I have 2 words of advice. Be brave. When my kids were little, I would tell them how brave they were when they were getting shots or doing something scary. And they'd have tears in their eyes and look at me like I'd lost my mind. But you see, being brave doesn't mean that you're not scared. It doesn't mean that you're not sad. It doesn't mean you're not exhausted and feeling defeated. Being truly brave means you are feeling scared, sad, exhausted, and defeated. And you do the next right thing anyway. Doing the hard thing is brave. Speaking up when you see injustice is brave. For some of us, putting our shoes on and walking out the door is itself an act of bravery. So as you make your way through the next chapter of your life, whether you're college bound or headed to your first day on the job or shipping off to basic training, find moments and opportunities to be brave. When you're feeling scared or sad, do the hard thing. When you feel frustrated and ineffective, be brave. And in the words of Maggie Kuhn, stand before the people you fear and speak your mind, even if your voice shakes. Be brave, class of 2021. You have already succeeded beyond any of our expectations. We can't wait to see what amazing things you will do next. Congratulations.
At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Chris Winslow, Chesterfield County Board of Supervisors, Vice Chair, Clover Hill Districts.
All right, first things first, can we get a round of applause for 2021? Come on.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Cavs.
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, staff, alumni, and the class of 2021. Tonight, in addition to celebrating the milestone of graduation, I imagine you're thinking a lot about the future, and I don't blame you, especially after the year you've been through. And as a matter of fact, I thank each of you for your endurance this year. Your futures will be filled with the kinds of experiences we've been missing. Simple things like a night at the movies, a party at a restaurant, or a large family holiday gathering. If you take college classes, they'll be in person. When you travel, your trip will largely be free of restrictions. When you meet a new person, you'll see more than just their eyes looking out from behind a mask. Indeed, when I think about the future today, I imagine a distant horizon, maybe like the one behind us, with the sun just starting to rise above it and just seemingly endless possibilities about to become illuminated. But still, it's important to take an occasional peek back over our shoulders to learn valuable lessons from our past, to remember we're not the first people to confront severe challenges and triumph over them. In fact, you all aren't even the first American teenagers to have your senior years disrupted by a global pandemic. I'd like to share a brief story about one of them. In 1918, the Spanish flu caused thousands of American high schools to close. The kids were sent home. Instead of laptops and distance learning, they enjoyed a senior year of household chores, farm work, and even jobs in dirty factories. One 16-year-old boy in Chicago found the situation so grim that he tried to enlist in the army and join the fighting against Germany, but was rejected for being too young. Undeterred, he forged his birth certificate to get a job with the Red Cross as an ambulance driver. Despite reading newspaper reports about how horrific the carnage of World War I combat really was, this kid just really wanted to get away. Well, if he was trying to get away from the Spanish flu, he didn't get far, because during his Red Cross training, there was an outbreak and he became seriously ill. With hospitals spread thin, he was sent home, where he spent the first week in a state of delirium before his parents nursed him back to health. By the time he recovered and joined his unit in France, the war was over. But he spent the next year of his life driving between various hospitals, serving combat veterans who'd lost limbs, suffered from brain injuries, and endured catastrophic trauma. To that young man, it must have seemed like pain, death, and despair were following him all over the world. But you'd never know that based on what he did next. You see, his name was Walt Disney. During stretches of boredom in France, he doodled cartoons for the amusement of soldiers there, just a small way to get a laugh from people in pain, to bring a little light into a world blanketed by darkness. Of course, he went on to found one of the world's greatest companies, one dedicated to fun, laughter, and enjoyment. The name Disney is known around the world and is synonymous with entertainment. Walt Disney described his teenage years as a formative experience, and while he never explicitly said so, it seems obvious to me that what happened to him when he was 17 stayed with him his whole life. He saw firsthand just how terribly people can suffer and decided and dedicated a life's work to make them laugh. With that choice, he changed the world. For him, when it started when he drew a picture of a mouse and made it come alive on a screen. But what is it for you? Because I guarantee it's something. This pandemic has caused a lot of loss around us. It's been traumatic. It's taken something from you, each of you, in different ways. That shouldn't be minimized, but it's given you something too. Maybe you've developed a new hobby or interest. Perhaps you've enjoyed a surprising new relationship, or maybe you've been forced to rely upon strengths you didn't even know you had. But this past year has given you something valuable, some positive energy you can build on or develop or share. It's up to you to realize what it is and how you're going to use it. You may not build a massive global company. You may not vex an entire generation of parents who've heard the song Let It Go about 1,000,000,000 times too many. Please don't do that. But what you can do is take everything you've experienced this year, decide what it means to you, draw energy from it, and make a choice about how it's going to guide you on your exciting journey forward. Class of 2021, congratulations, and I wish you all the best.
At this time, I would like to introduce Isabella Strong, valedictorian for the class of 2021.
Good evening, friends, faculty, and the class of 2021. As we all go off onto our own paths, it's important to remember that life is not a competition between others. Philosopher Daisaku Ikeda said, "I cannot say this too strongly. Do not compare yourselves to others. Be true to who you are and continue to learn with all your might." Rather than trying to be the best, we should focus on being the best person we can be and learning as much as we can. Working hard should be about bettering ourselves for ourselves. I want everyone's future to be about working toward the best version of themselves. And that can be difficult when we feel as though our success isn't comparable to others. With that being said, I want to emphasize that being the best isn't about striving for perfection. While I am proud of the work I did at my time at Clover Hill, and while I could have made work less of a priority, I have learned that working yourself until exhaustion for a good grade is not worth it. You should never have to sacrifice sleep or your mental well-being. Being the best you can be is about working hard while also taking care of yourself. As long as you're proud of your accomplishments, you've succeeded. Whatever lies ahead in your future, I hope that you can be proud of yourself and the person you grow to be. Good luck, class of 2021.
At this time, I'd like to take a few moments to honor some special folks in attendance today. Will our service men and women, active or veteran, please stand and be recognized? And while we're showing our appreciation, I'd also like to ask our senior Cavaliers if there are any graduates in this group, the young men and women who have made the selfless decision to join your ranks after graduation, to please stand and be recognized. From all of us on the Hill, we thank you for all you will do in service to our country. I know that I speak on behalf of the class of 2021 and their families when I extend a sincere token of appreciation to the faculty and staff of Clover Hill High School. With your support, love, and encouragement, and your efforts during this trying time, our Cavalier class sits before you ready to be conferred graduates this evening. Please join me in a round of applause for our faculty and staff. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to turn our attention to the parents and guardians with us today. For the past 13 years in your children's lives, you've been parents, supporters, partners, chauffeurs. You've been everything for your children, and today you get to celebrate them as graduates. On behalf of the faculty and staff at Clover Hill High School, and together with our graduating class of 2021, parents, we thank you. And now seniors. There we go. We're coming to life. I have a few words. I'll try to be a little bit concise here. It's hard. For over a year now, and even today, you've heard about what was lost during this pandemic, as well as the hope of what may have been gained. While this past year truly has been an unprecedented time in history, I need you to remember that it is, in fact, just a moment in history, and you are much bigger than this moment. Sure, when you look back on high school, you'll remember your senior year, and you'll remember virtual, hybrid, and concurrent learning, face masks, and social distancing. But that will only be a part of the story that you'll tell. The story you tell will be one of triumph, perseverance, grit, and determination. You'll talk about how you learned calculus, chemistry, and AP government remotely through your computer screens because that was the only way to get it done. You will talk about how you sang in the choir, played in the band, and performed in the athletic arena with masks on during a shortened season where every snap, every play, every musical note counted because that was the only way to get it done. And still, some of you earned all district and regional honors and broke personal and team records. You made honor roll or perhaps just barely got by, but you figured it out because that was the only way to get it done. In our graduating class of 2021, there are founders and co-founders of nonprofits, entrepreneurs, national merit semifinalists and finalists, Gold Key winners, all regional and state athletes, artists, and musicians. There are too many accolades among you to name here. These are your accomplishments. That is your story. And as remarkable as your collective accomplishments have been, that's not what I'll remember the most. I'll remember a group of seniors who taught us that anything is possible, who taught us the true meaning of resilience. I remember back in August when everybody said, no way, you can't learn behind a computer screen. They'll drop out, they'll fail, they can't do it. It wasn't easy, but you proved them all wrong. And you sit here today ready to change the world. Well, because that was the only way to get it done. While I'll always have a little regret that we couldn't give you more opportunities to celebrate together as seniors, this regret will not be how you're remembered here. Your time has been riddled with those collective and individual successes and countless displays of leadership, collaboration, and character. You've overcome obstacles and you've persevered. And truthfully, you've done this for the better part of the last 13 years in school, in the classroom, on the competition fields, and in your personal lives, not just during this pandemic year. And the pandemic doesn't change or define any of that. Rather, it illuminates how truly remarkable your accomplishments are. Class of 2021, you are our future. And because of you, our future is bright. That is what I know. That is your story. From the bottom of my heart, class of 2021, I thank you. And now it's time for the good part, the part that you've all waited for. Dr. High, I certify that these candidates have met the requirements established by the Commonwealth of Virginia and Chesterfield County, and they are eligible to receive their diplomas. At this time, we will have the awarding of the diplomas.
Corey, Alute, Addo, Javion, Darnell, Arthur, Cole, Hammersley, Atkins, Chloe, Belinda, Avia, Alyssa, Ryan, Berbert, Atira, Liana, Boyd, Naya, Tamaya, Brogdon, Jamel, Savion, Brooks, Jones, Jaden, William, Butler, Rebecca, Abigail, Cabezas, Gianni, Damian, Harmony, Angel, Brandon, Chavez, Carlos, Andreas, Chavez, Courtney, Taylor, Chippewa, Daniel, Sambet, Chow, Devon, Lorenzo, Pullman, Cassidy, Nicole, Coleman, Logan, River, Connor, Victoria, Lynn, Davis, Haley, Catherine, Dean, Michael, Raymond, Dealey, Nathan, Lee, Dodge, Luca, Otis, Doubt, Sanaya, Jalen, Evans, James, Thomas, English, Joshua, Logan, Farmer, Tabitha, Hunter, Fisher, Jordan, Maxwell, Freakin, Elijah, Ryan, Gatewood, Courtney, Patrice, Glover, Jamasia, Odella, Great, Donovan, Alexander, Harvey, Amanda, Skylar, Hilton, Brianna, Sade, Hinton,
Isaiah Antonio Holloway. Ethan Armando Hopewell. Xavier Deshaun Howard. Alvaro Warwa Tapia. Jaden Latrell Jennings. Emma Alicia Jensen. Alasia Danielle Johnson. Hunter Chase Jones. Jayla Nicole Jones. Jeremiah Enoch Jones. Vanessa Lynn Jones. Jordan Chase Kearney. Mia Ashley Kincaid. Jason Donald Barack. William Shelton Latimer. Alexander Jordan Lauber. Nicholas Blake Lawhorn. Jamdiel Garcia LeBron. Tyler Christopher Lee. Charlotte Adeline Lemasters. Elise Wynn Lim. Zachary Miles Lloyd. Arlene Guadalupe Lopez. Edward Jaden Luzak. Jacob Isaiah Mason. Alexandra Reed Mihalik. Connor Scott Mall. Joseph Lou Wynn. Kimberly Ann Nielsen. Ethan Blake Olson. Josue Salvador Oriana. Isaiah Julian Ortiz. Allison Nicole Parker. Kenneth James Patterson. Zachary Jason Pollock. Brian William Pouch. Xavier Powers. Rejana Natisa Prince. Ashley Elizabeth Quintanilla. Dawana Nicole Ragland. Luca Rauber. Ashanti Nicole Rawlings. Gabrielle Renee Ray. Jaden Brianna Reed. Victoria Elizabeth Reeves. Mitchell Scott Reynolds. Sierra Lynn Richardson. Jaden Lee Robbins. Aria Belinda Saunders. Kayla Victoria Seals. Alyssa Renee Shazer. Sage Frederick Shelton. Isaiah Keith Sonnier. Ella Diane Stanley. Jeremy Michael Stevens. Harley Ann Thurber. Jeremy Christopher Turner. Ricky Allen Tyler. Charlie Scott Verbeek. Jason Alexander Wiley. Kayana Kenya Williams. Quotatia Sharonda Williams. Bryce Coleman Woodfin.
Will the class of 2021 please stand? Wait for my cue. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the School Board of Chesterfield County, I hereby certify that these members of the Clover Hill High School class of 2021 have fulfilled each requirement for graduation and therefore are awarded a Clover Hill High School diploma with all rights and privileges thereunto belonging. Seniors, you may now move your tassels from the right of your cap to the left. I now proclaim you graduates of Clover Hill High School. So, Cavs, before you go, remember that you'll always have a home here at the Hill. But for now, as you go, remember to go boldly, go intentionally, and as always, and I need you to say it with me in the stands, help me out one more time. On 3, I need go Cavs. 1, 2, 3, go Cavs! Yes. Graduates, if you remain where you are, we're going to process out with the drum line.
Jordan